We hear about artificial intelligence everywhere, right? But what's the one thing that can make or break it all? Trust. So today, we're going to break down how you actually build it and maybe, more importantly, how you can prove your AI is safe and fair.
It really all boils down to this one simple but really powerful question. I mean, think about it. If a system is a total black box and it's making huge decisions about your job or your money, can you actually trust it? This is the central challenge that so many organizations are wrestling with right now. And hey, this isn't some theoretical academic problem. Let's look at a real-world disaster story. Novabank. They rolled out this fancy new AI for credit applications, and they promised everyone it would get rid of human bias. But what really happened? The AI was also biased, and it led to a ton of unfair decisions and, you guessed it, a whole lot of public anger. And you know what? A press release just couldn't fix it. The trust was completely shattered. So, how in the world do you fix a mess like the one at Novabank? Well, to get to a solution, first we need a proper diagnosis. It turns out that trust isn't just some vague, fuzzy feeling. It's something that's actually built on three very specific, very solid pillars.
So what are these building blocks? Well, first up, you've got transparency. That just means being totally open about what data you're using. Second, there's explainability. You have to be able to explain why the AI made the decision it did. And third, accountability. You absolutely need a system to watch over the AI and to fix its mistakes. If you're missing even one of these, the entire structure just comes crashing down. And here's a fantastic way to remember all this. Just think of the T cup of trust. T is for transparency, you gotta show the data. E is for explainability, you have to give the reason. And A is for accountability, you need to own the result. It's a pretty simple way to think about it, right? Spill the tea, and you spill the trust.
And this little acronym shows us exactly why Novabank got into so much hot water. They completely spilled the tea. They weren't transparent at all, using customer data without getting clear consent. And accountability, there was zero. There was no clear way for a customer to say, hey, you got this wrong, or for the bank to even fix its own screw-ups. They broke two of the three pillars from the get-go.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. Now, what's the prescription? Knowing the theory is great, but how do you actually put this stuff into practice in the real world? Let's get into the toolkit and see how this actually works. So here's the crucial takeaway. You can't just put out a press release that says, hey, trust us. It just doesn't work that way. Trust has to be earned, and even more than that, it has to be proven with cold, hard, concrete evidence. And to do that, you need the right set of tools.
Now, one of the most powerful tools out there is something called a trust dashboard. Just imagine a public website where anyone, a customer, a journalist, a regulator, can go and see right there in real time what data is being used, how the system is doing on fairness checks, and what safety measures are in place. It takes that scary black box and turns it into a transparent glass box.
I absolutely love this analogy. It just makes a kind of complicated idea instantly click, right? I mean, if you were at the grocery store, you'd want to read the nutrition label on your food to see what's actually inside. The exact same logic should apply to AI models.
And that's precisely what a model card is. It's basically a simple document that tells you, hey, here's what this AI was built for, here's the data we used to train it, and, this is the really crucial part, here are its known limitations. And you know, creating a good one isn't easy. It takes real honesty to admit what your AI can't do, not just what it can.
Now, it's also really important to remember that building trust isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Different groups of people have very different worries and concerns, and you have to talk to them specifically about what matters to them.
This table just lays it out perfectly. Your customers, they mostly care about you getting clear consent for their data and want to know why their loan might have been rejected. Your employees, on the other hand, they're worried about their jobs. They need to see the AI as a helpful co-pilot, not a replacement, and they need training. And regulators, well, they need to see the hard data on compliance and risk. Each group needs a totally different kind of proof.
Okay, so let's bring this all together into a final action plan. This is the part you can take with you and use right away, a checklist to help you measure and manage trust in any AI project you might be working on or just hearing about. This is really where the rubber meets the road. Don't just measure profit or efficiency, you have to measure trust. So here are your key performance indicators, your KPIs. First, fairness. Are you actually tracking incidents of bias? Second, explainability. If a user gets a really important decision, can you give them a clear reason why? And third, consent. Do you have real metrics that prove you have permission to use the data you're using? Because if you can't measure these things, you can't manage them. And that leaves us with one final thought to take away. Just think about all the AI systems that impact your life every single day. The algorithm that builds your social media feed, the system your employer uses, the AI at your bank. If you had to give them a score, a grade, on fairness, explainability, and consent, how would they do? It's a question we should all probably start asking.